What's up, friends? It's Volt Firecore. Welcome back to Set Showcase. So, this is a series where I showcase a certain Pokemon and go over some viable sets with them. Sometimes there's memes, sometimes there's not. This is going to be a very serious video, very epically serious. So, as you saw by the thumbnail, we are going to be showcasing Cinderace. Now, Cinderace has been given the new ability, which is Libero. I've been messing around with it a lot inside of OU. And instead of national decks. It is so strong. I love this thing so much. It is so awesome. Personally, I still like using Rillaboom more, but that's just because I like how Rillaboom looks. But Cinderace was the one I picked for Gen 8, so I do have some of a connection to it. But let me go over what Libero does, or Libero. Yeah, Libero. Basically, it's a Protean, but for a physical attacker. So, Protean was Greninja's signature ability before it got Battle Bond. Then it had two signature abilities. But pretty much it makes it so before it uses the move, it changes its type to that move. So let's say Greninja uses U-turn, it'll change to a bug type, and then use U-turn. So it'll get the stab bonus, or the same type attack bonus, which is 1.5 times more damage, which is really strong. So Cinderace has the exact same thing, but as I already said, it is a physical attacker, which its stats are insane. It's really fast and has a bunch of physical attack. But let's get into the sets. So I decided that I'm going to start doing them like this, since the whole weird row thing when I go down is a little weird. This is a lot more compact. Unfortunately, I'm not going to have the name of the Pokemon, so yeah, we're not going to have that. Or I'm not going to name the Pokemon the set, which I usually do, like, oh, this is SD Groundinium Z or whatever. But let's start off with the one that most people use, or at least the one that most of the higher tier PokeTubers have been recommending, specifically the Showdown YouTubers. So this is the Life Orb Bulk Up set. So Bulk Up is a fighting type move which raises attack and defense. And what's really cool about Libero, it works on status moves too, or buffing moves. So when you use Bulk Up, not only you raise your attack and your defense, but you also turn into a fighting type. So you can use that to avoid, Earthquake. Well, not avoid it, but take less damage. There is a set in here that is very good at avoiding Earthquake, but we'll get into that later. So let me go over to this thing's epic stats. It has extremely menacing attack, and extremely menacing speed, and I'm not going to say decent HP, but, it's pretty good. So this thing can run Jolly Nature, or it can run the Adamant Nature. Personally, I think if you are using a bulk up set, Adamant's a little bit better, and I think running Choice Band, you could use a Jolly, but yeah, this is the first set. It's very strong, and this is the one you're going to be seeing most of the time, and yeah, it's a really strong set. Oh, also, I should probably mention that if you bulk up once, and then use Zen Headbutt, which unfortunately I haven't talked about since I was too worried about all of its other attributes, I should probably talk about its moves, besides bulk up. But yeah, anyways, it has access to Zen Headbutt, so it'll turn into a Psychic type. But back to what I was saying, bulk up, raising attack and defense. If you use Zen Headbutt after a bulk up, it does have a chance of one-hit KOing a Toxapex. Now you might think that's a little, pretty obvious. Oh, Toxapex, it's like it's weak to it. You're +1, you have insane attack, but no, it's a Toxapex, so that'll live forever. Unless it's specially defensive. But I think 90% of Toxapexes are physically defensive, so I'm pretty sure it almost one-hit KOs like 90% of the time, and then it has like a 10% chance to one-hit KO after a bulk up, which is really strong. I never get the one-hit KO, but it's always really funny for Toxapexes to switch in on your Power Ball, which is a very strong attack, 130 base power, and instead of going for that, you go for the bulk up, and then you Zen Headbutt them, and then they're just like blown back. They're like, okay. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It also has access to Sucker Punch, so it can turn into a Dark type if it really wants to, avoid a Psychic type attack. But anyways, let's move on to the next set. Alright, this is the, I want to say support set, but it's not really support. It just adds more to the game. This is like a utility with insane attack mon. So what's really cool about Cinderace is it actually has two signature moves and a signature ability. One of its moves is Pyro Ball, very strong fire type attack, and then it has access to the move Court Change, which only it can learn at the moment. Pretty much, it's like Defog, which gets rid of entry hazards, but instead of getting rid of them, it switches the ones on your side to the opponent's side. So it's not as versatile, because if there's stealth rocks on both sides, you're just going to switch them around, and that doesn't really do much. But if you have, like, I don't know, toxic spikes, like full layer of everything, sticky webs, everything, you can switch in with your Cinderace, which has the heavy duty boots move, item, which makes it so it doesn't take any damage or debuffs from things chilling on the ground. It can go for Court Change. Whew. Everything's over on the opponent's side, which most of the time when people run a bunch of hazards, they have a defogger, but if they don't have a defogger, then now they got to deal with all these insane, annoying entry hazards. But this thing also, I decided to give U-turn, since it's, a lot better for a Pokemon that you want to get in there with your heavy-duty boots, Court Change, and then get out of there. What's really cool is Libero, like I already probably said, Libero works with all moves. So Court Change being a normal type move, you can switch into a normal type. So I don't know, if you're expecting, like, a Pokemon to go for Shadow Ball, you could go for that. If you, like, want to stall them out or something, and like they have one more turn before they die from Toxic or something, so you can go for that. That'd be kind of cool with some mind games. But yeah, I also give this thing Zen Headbutt. You could switch that out for Sucker Punch for more utility, but I think Zen Headbutt's a good move since it can hit Toxapex. And Toxapex is everywhere. I also decided to make this thing maximum speed possible, being a jolly nature, since utility mons usually want to be very fast. Alright, let's get into the next set. And that set is the Choice Band Cinderace set. Now, this was my first experience with Cinderace. Before it had the Libero ability, it had the Blaze ability, which raises fire-type moves to 1.5 or something. It gives a buff to fire-type moves when you're at, like, 25% HP or less or something. But now, having the Libero ability makes a lot of moves super strong. But usually, on Cinderace, you have to pick between Sucker Punch or U-turn if you want to go something like the first Cinderace that had Bulk Up. You want to pick if you want Sucker Punch or if you want U-turn. But on a Choice Band set, you can run both, which is very cool. There are other moves you can run on it, which I will get into later inside the Choice Band set, but this is the one that I usually see with Choice Band. So having Power Ball, kind of obvious. I think every single Cinderace in existence runs Power Ball, but have seen some people not run Power Ball, so don't quote me on that. I know I just said every single one in existence, but that was a lie. Yeah, but like I said, this thing has a Sucker Punch and U-turn, so it can get in there, do a bunch of damage with Choice Band, and doesn't have to rely on bulking up. Even though I think bulk up is a little bit, more versatile. But this is an adamant nature, which, like, personally, I think running, like, a Jolly Choice Band is, like, fine. But when I run a Choice Band, I usually want to get, like, the maximum amount of attack possible. But if we're being perfectly honest, Choice Band Cinderace can probably one-shot most things, so maybe the extra speed is helpful too. But yeah, that's the Choice Band set. It's super strong. Use this if you just want to cut through Pokemon like butter. Alright, the next set is actually a meme set, kind of. So this is the Choice Scarf Cinderace. So that might seem a little weird, right? Cinderace is already freakishly fast, but there is a reason behind this. So this set was inspired, or I just yoinked it, from the YouTuber Lord MV. Please be sure to subscribe to him. He makes awesome content. There are millions of videos you can watch from him. Well, not millions, but it feels like millions, since it's always fun to find a YouTuber you love, and then they have a bunch of videos inside the bank, which is what I'm trying to do right now. Since I'm not too popular, maybe some person will find my content, and I'll get popular off of my older videos. So if you're watching this right now and you are a newer fan, and this video is a couple years old or something, please subscribe or something. But anyways, this is the MV'd Choice Scarf Cinderace set. So let me get into what this thing does. So first of all, as you can probably see by the moves, this thing has Electro Ball. Okay, so Electro Ball might be a little weird on a Pokemon that doesn't really have the best special attack. But don't sleep on the power of Libero. Having this ability gives the stab bonus, which kind of counteracts its somewhat poor special attack. Like, base 65 is its lowest stat, but the whole reason for this is one single Pokemon being kind of everywhere on rain teams, being Pelipper. Now, Pelipper is a water flying type that has the Drizzle ability. It is a legendary Pokemon that people usually use on rain, well, almost always use on rain teams. Having the Drizzle ability makes it so its Hurricanes are 100% accurate, its Scalds are all buffed up, it has Roost, it's really good physically defensive, has U-turn, a bunch of good moves. But being on rain teams, usually people wouldn't expect Cinderace at the beginning, right? So if you throw Cinderace out expecting their Pelipper, they're not going to be like hard switching or anything. They're going to expect you to switch out, so they'll just probably go for the U-turn. Or they'll just go for a move. But this Cinderace, his entire purpose is to go in there and Electro Ball that Pelipper. So it's a 100% guaranteed KO, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure it's a 100% guaranteed KO if you're not at max, or at least not at 72 special attack, because as you see, his EVs are a little wonked up, and that is due to the 184 naive nature, which this thing is given. So this gets it up to 352 speed, and if you add that with the choice band, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure this is to outspeed one Shell Smash on Cloyster. So if Cloyster goes for a Shell Smash, you're going to be able to be faster than it and go for Electro Ball if you want to, or Pyro Ball. You know, for being perfectly honest, I think Electro Ball probably would be better since Shelder usually has better physical defense. Well, I think always. But yeah, this thing is pretty much just to take out lead Pelipers, and I think it's pretty funny. Like Choice Scarf on Cinderace is very strong, and maybe you know, there's like a crazy choice I don't know, some mon that's slower than Cinderace, expecting just to cleave through it because they don't expect the Choice Scarf on your own Cinderace, and you're able to get momentum by you turning out and maybe like expecting their Earthquake or something. But this is a cool set, very situational, but you know, check out MV since he made a very good video, and he was actually able to get some murders, some destructive murders on some Pelipers. But on to the next set. Alright, the next two sets are very similar. Actually, I'm pretty sure they're identical. I still haven't went into one move on this Pokemon, but I'll get into it very soon. Since I need to bring this up. This was like the staple of Cinderace before I got Libero. But as you can see, this is the Acrobatics Grassy Seed Cinderace, which is very good if you're going against a sand team, let's say that. Having the Acrobatics ability, or Acrobatics move, along with Libero, makes it so, well, you turn into a flying type, and then you don't have to worry about Earthquake. And you also have a seed, which you get, you know, to eat. Yeah, let's just say you eat it. When a terrain is active, so you could run this thing with any terrain. There's a Pincurkin for electric terrain. Misty Terrain can happen from a Galarian Weezing, even though I think you want to run Levitate on that thing. Psychic Terrain can happen from Indeedee, and then Grassy Terrain from Rillaboom. So any of those Pokemon you can use to get your Cinderace in, and then kind of mess with people with Acrobatics, so that'd be pretty funny. But yeah, that's the entire point of this. The second set is exactly the same. I'll talk about it since it's just with a different seed. But let me talk about a move that this Mon usually used. And that move is HJK, aka High Jump Kick. Now, High Jump Kick is a crazy, powerful fighting type move with 90 accuracy, I think. And it's kind of a dangerous move. If you miss, you're going to deal 50% of the damage you would have done to them to yourself. So if you were going to one-shot them, you're going to take 50%. And it is horrifying to miss that thing, since you just lost half your HP if you were going to kill them. But yeah, Cinderaces don't run HJK that much since Bulk Up's a lot better, and there are other moves you can use. But if you really just want like a hyper offense choice band, get rid of Sucker Punch, get rid of U-Turn, get rid of Zen Headbutt, even though I think that's better, and put on HJK, and there you go. Also adding that with the stab bonus from Libero. Oh lord, that thing is super strong. But Acrobatics is fun along with it, even though not many people use it at the moment. And like I said, this is the exact same set, but with a different seed. So this is the Psychic Seed. You can pop that with Indeedee. Now, what's really cool about the seeds is there are two types. There's Electric Seed and Grassy Seed, which if consumed, let's say that, raise your defense. And then there's the Misty Seed and the Psychic Seed from Misty Terrain and Psychic Terrain respectively, which raise your special defense. So, defense, special defense. Take your pick. So if you're really worried about, actually, to be honest, you could do this like weird gimmick or something where, let's say, I don't know, you go for like Misty Terrain or something. Like you raise your special defense, you switch in on a Seismitoad, you get a special defense reason, you go for Acrobatics, and then it can't go for the Earth Power on you. And then, let's say it didn't do enough damage, so you go for like Zen Headbutt or something. I don't know why you'd want to, since I think Acrobatics is stronger. But let's say you have like some weird move that you put on it, like, I don't know, high jump kick or something, and you know to do more damage. You can use that. And since you have the buff inside of special defense, then you're not going to take as much damage from the Earth Power. So you can do that. But anyways, guys, these are the Cinderace sets you can use. I bet there are hundreds of others. Be sure to check out other YouTubers because they have plenty of guides on this mon. Just recently, Joey, or other known as Pokemon MD, has made a multitude of videos talking about Cinderace, playing with Cinderace. He's done Wi-Fi battles. Pretty sure he's going to take it into Ubers pretty soon. He's done the pre-evolution and the baby evolution instead of Little Cup. This mon and this ability are very strong. And I think unless the DLC brings something totally insane, this invalidates this thing's total existence, I think we're going to be seeing this mon for the next couple of years inside of Sword and Shield. I really hope they don't give it something really crazy like Battle Bond like they did with Greninja. Actually, I really hope they don't, since I think Ash Greninja is really kind of ugly looking, and I don't like that Greninja wanted to be like Ash instead of like me, but it doesn't matter. But with that being said, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to check out Soccer Rabbit, aka Cinderace, and use it inside of your OU teams or Ubers teams, and thank you guys for watching.